a craft, and it goes beyond just sitting in front of a computer and clicking windows to make it happen. And, you definitely have to be able to contribute to society, because when the government collapsed in this system we call capitalism, where Amway Corporation, they promote free enterprise, benefiting from the sweat of your brow or leveraging other people and then receiving residual income. We have to know that we are self-sufficient. So it's important that we implement self-sufficiency programs, and that was something that they called the prison system, which is not, It puts the people on a leash and then kick you out after they make all this money off of you. It's the same way in our system. When we work for 30, 40 years, and then they kick us out the system and they leave us out to dry. So it's not about what they're doing to us, but what we're going to do as individuals to change and make a difference in our own personal lives. And then we will set the example for other people to do the same thing. So I think we need to grab our garden hose and go to work. Go to work. We can go out and we go to these labor unions, and we can protest, and we can stand on Freedom Hall, and at Capitol Hill, do whatever, and rant and rave. But I think if we just grab the bull by his horns.
Well, the easiest way to solve this would be to buy things that say made in America.
But it won't be as credible.
Well, what's the point of having to do that when America is studying outsourcing they got to hold somebody accountable. The main thing is the people, we the people. This is the Constitution starts. We are the majority, and a lot of our responsibilities we turn over to the federal government. A lot of things that we don't feel like doing or we don't feel like worrying about, we turn over to the federal government. And they'll say, fine, we'll take control of it, but it's going to cost you. And then they tax you all this money, and they get all this money coming in from you, and it just breeds corruption. Because pretty soon, you have them taking care of everything, making the rules, running everything the way they want to do it, because you gave them this right, you gave them this responsibility that was once yours, and now they're paying you to do it, and after you pay them to do it, they start doing corrupting things because they're globalists.
Well, we have to do is start taking over. We have to take back, because they've already sent it out to places like the WTO and the IMF and the World Bank and and NAFTA and all these other places, and it was because of the free trade agreement. But what we need to do is start stressing that we need to take back our own country. We need to employ these people that are sending these jobs overseas. If we stop supporting them and stop buying their stuff, unfortunately, that's like people say, well, you drive a foreign car. And I said, but my foreign car was made here in America. You understand what I'm saying? They have a plant here in America. They had a plant in Marysville, Ohio. My Honda was made in Marysville, Ohio. It employs American people. It may be a foreign car, but there are foreign cars that are made overseas, and you can always check to see where things are made, and you can stop supporting the things that are actually being made. There are very few TVs that are being made in the United States. There are very few radios. And right now, because of what happened in Japan, it's really strapping the USA. But if we start as America, start saying, look, you know what? We're going to boycott this gas station that has ties to South Africa or ties to something that we don't support, then we can actually bring a lot of these jobs back. Because what happened with AT&T was they sent our jobs overseas, but people started boycotting and they started changing their cell phone company. Then they went through divestiture, and guess what? Those jobs that went overseas are now back in America. They're hiring at AT&T like never before right now. Never before. Because those jobs are back in America because people stop using their services. Right. But as long as we support these companies and we don't speak out and we don't say, hey, we need that job back here in the USA. We need to, for my child to make this. Because guess what? The jobs, only thing that's going to keep happening is they're going to keep on continue to pay less. But when you start making them accountable for holding the job in the USA, they will start to rise to pay more because guess what? There are more people in demand. And, they're making a bigger profit when they send that job over there, yes. But if you make them accountable for what's going on here in the USA and stop supporting them and start speaking to your senators, your House of Representatives, your congressmen, even writing to your president and saying, look, this is what we need is to get America back.
Well, we've been doing that with the vote, right?
Well, the vote only goes so far. The vote only goes so far.
That's not working.
The vote only goes so far.
You know, we never didn't get into the true cost of the Iraq War, where they spending $3 trillion or more on war. And this is money out of our pockets that they're borrowing,
out of our pockets,
that we got to pay back and everything.
Tell me this. How many people were actually living in the USA? Tell me the last time that, let's say, we bombarded a congressman's office because we didn't like something that happened. Like,
bombarded?
Like with emails.
Funny you should say that.
What I'm saying? We as Americans, we stopped making them accountable. And these are the same people that we vote for every day. We don't make them accountable.
Yeah.
I don't see why everybody is in an uproar. This is capitalism, and this is what capitalism is all about. You have other countries that got communist idealism and doctrine where they want to allow people to just have everything while this other person starves. They kind of equal it out, but we frown upon that. This is capitalism, and this is capitalism at its highest success rate when you get the most you can. What you guys are talking about is more of like a communist idealism or doctrine.
It's like we reading
spread the funds around.
Yeah, we reading the Green Book, Gaddafi's Green Book. And you see what they're doing to him because they don't like the way he running government, the way he helping people.
In May, we spent $50 billion on goods and services from the rest of the globe. $50 billion.
Who spent that?
USA. People buying stuff in the USA spent $50 billion.
$50 billion. That's a small number.
Right, but I'm saying, just in May. That's in 1 month.
Oh, in May.
1 month. $50 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just like America can boycott that.
Let me tell you about, you're listening to Urban Revolution on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. I'm your host, One Iam. On my right hand is Debbie.
Yeah.
Revolution Radio is listener supported. If you can, please donate $1 or so. Hit the donate button and help us out and stay on the air. I just want to say that they're spending a lot of money on war and et cetera and pushing up the debt. I mean, things could be a whole lot better if you would stop all this war and push all those millions and billions into other programs and ways of paying people, because they are buying armaments and et cetera, and people are making those things and being paid. But there are better ways where more people could be paid and get work and everything than war all over the globe. Tavis Smiley and Cornel West are doing a poverty tour.
Right. Yeah.
They're doing a bus tour right now, and visiting like 9 cities, and they're trying to highlight the poverty that is increasing in America. Also, Jesse Jackson is declaring war on poverty again because of the amount of increase in poverty that's taking place. And he says that it's not a black and white thing. It's like a dark and light thing. Bring some light into this dark situation that these globalists are creating. And that's what it's all about. It's about the globalists that's going around capitalizing on the world. They capitalize on Americans now. They don't care about Americans or America or whatever. It's about making that money. That's why they went to China. That's why they're going to India. They've already wrote this country off like it's declining. Like it's saturated with automobiles, roads, and etc. They're going to places where they're just now building roads, where they're just now looking, to bring cars and everything in. And there's another 100 years of growth and stuff going on over there that they can see, where they can pass all the bucks on to their kids and their families and live lifestyle that they're used to having. So, you know, and the rest of us, we just kind of like down in the dirt, you know, riding this wave on down. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. It's just, you know, I just wish that, you know, America could really wake up and pay attention to all that's really going on around them. It's just so much that ties in, and actually this ties into your last week's subject, the American dream, you know. So
yeah, well,
wake up, people,
the American
and get you to realize that the American dream is quickly becoming the American nightmare.
Exactly. Caller 678, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, okay. You just listening in, huh? Is there anything else you'd like to add, because we're getting near our time?
Well, I think everybody touched on pretty much the basics of how I feel. Like one caller was saying how the Mexicans do it, how they team up, and everybody makes jokes about the way that they live, but they team up 15, 20 people to an apartment, and next thing you know, they're buying houses and cars with cash. I mean, we just don't do that. The American way is for everybody to have their own, and instead of coming together in one household, we would rather scuffle in our apartments or our homes, barely paying our bills and just barely getting by. And I feel like that's one way for us to rise above what's going on. Yes, certain things are going on with the powers that be, but there are ways around it. And that's one of the ways, I think. Yeah. And also, I mean, a major boycott on some of these corporations, like one caller said about Walmart. It used to be made in America, but now he outsourced it to where nothing is made in America, and we don't benefit from it at all. So we need to support the things that we benefit from, not to discredit anybody else, but just to build ourselves up. And that's one way, I think, out of poverty.
Right.
And I just want to
support the mom and pop shop.
I just want to say one other thing, that I think a lot of our problem is in America is loyalty. We lack loyalty, and we lack ingenuity. We lack these things within ourselves, and because of it's costing us way too much. And like the other caller was saying with regard to it's not necessarily the money that's the problem, but the unity that's the problem. And we have allowed that to divide us as a nation and as a people, whether it be black, white, or wherever you come from. It's divided us. And as you can see with people from different countries, like Mexico or from the Middle East, they have a code that they live by. And one of the things that we know that they live by, if we know nothing else, is that they are together in unison in what they do. Yeah. And this is what America is lacking. It's not necessarily altogether education. That is a factor. I agree with that. It is. Education is always been one of the most important things in any nation, because you have to be able to progress and you have to know things to do that. But it's the unity and the loyalty that we don't have. And the United States has, in the last of my life, and I've been here a while, that I've seen, have turned their backs on us. They have went to other people for $1 cheaper or 50 cents less. They have turned their backs to their own people who have built a country to allow them the riches that they have. Yeah. And we are suffering. We are the repercussions. We are the residuals of what they have done. And I think that's the real problem in America. And until we as a people, and we are the masses, the powers that be are us. Yeah. That's the trick of the matter. We don't understand that. We don't know. We are the power that be. The people up top, they're not up top. They're up top because we allow them to be up top. Yeah. We can stop this today if we want to.
Exactly.
Okay? We can end this right now if we want to. But see, we're so distracted with so much nonsense and foolishness, we cannot see these things. And I think that's the problem. We need to try to touch on those type of things and let people get away from the monetary things. The monetary things